All right, what is up, everybody? Shell Scout 0013 here, reporting in for another unit breakdown. Today, we're going to go over Count Dooku, aka Darth Tyrannus, and kind of talk about him. I'm going to go over at least just that one list that I've been working on with him. That way, you kind of have an idea of what you can do with him, and if there are any other suggestions on how you've run him in the past, then let me know below. And my strength is not CIS, but I figured that this would be a good list. I might try it out myself on TTS and give it a shot against one of my friends who plays and try to go from there. So if you haven't already, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to this channel so we can go ahead and grow. I can, keep, doing a lot of this and hopefully, get a lot of people to read these and understand them a lot better. I don't know. I just want to help here. So we'll go ahead and go over them. So Count Dooku, he's got 6 health, which is good, really good. 3 courage, fantastic. He's got surge to crit naturally, which a lot of other force wielders don't naturally do at all. So that's going for him. He's got red defense dice, which is nice. He's got 2 attacks, which is, better than a lot of other force users. I mean, you have Emperor Palpatine who just has one that you can use in melee or in range, but to have 2, that's pretty awesome. So I mean, I honestly think he's the best, in the CIS for sure. And I think he's not as great as Vader, but I think they made him a really good character in here. I don't know. I don't know why I keep going over that, but yeah, so he's got 5 black dice that'll surge to crit at range 1 to 2 of him. It's Pierce 1, which is super nice, and then scatter. So then you can move everyone but the unit leader. So the unit leader will stay there, and then you can recohere the entire unit to be closer to you, and then maybe you can move in. He doesn't have Relentless, which kind of sucks, but one of his command cards gives him Relentless. So you'll really need to use that in the correct time, especially with the ways that we can build him. There's so many different ways, but I'll kind of go over at least one way today. He's going to have 5 red dice, again, Surgeon Crit, Impact 2, Pierce 2. So basically, this is Anakin's in, the Gar, except with him, you can put Tenacity and give him 6, but here you can't do that with Dooku. But he's going to have 3 force slots and a command slot. He is a total of, I think, 205 points. Am I not mistaken? 195. Sorry, 195. So, nice. 10 points low. And then he's got Cunning. So anytime that you lay one of his command cards down, say that you laid your 1 pip down and then your opponent laid a 1 pip down, you're going to have Cunning. So you're going to be able to go before that person and you don't have to roll off. Deflect just means that whenever you spend a dodge token, whenever you get surge on defense, you're going to be able to deflect that back and inflict a wound. You are immune to pierce. And with your Makashi Mastery, when performing a melee attack, you can reduce the pierce value of your weapon by 1. And if you do, the defender cannot use immune to pierce. So this is really, really good against Wookiees. This is really good against any Jedi. Great against, anyone with pierce, basically. And then you're still going to get Pierce 1. So you're always still going to be able to get that 1 through, which, is awesome. And that you get that, extra wound through every single time. At least you're chopping away. And then Master of the Force 2, which I think Yoda and Emperor Palpatine have. And so Dooku being able to have it, literally, he's such a strong character. I cannot emphasize that enough. So with Master of the Force 2, each turn you're going to be able to ready 2 of your spent force cards. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take a look kind of at his cards. So Fear, Surprise, and Intimidation. So Count Dooku gains Arsenal 2 and Relentless, and each of his ranged weapons gains Versatile, which means whenever you are in melee, so we'll go with this one exactly. So say that Count Dooku is, that range 2 band or so, and you play this card, you are going to be able to move into melee. You can dice and slice away, and then you'll be able to also do your ranged attack against someone who is at range 1 to 2, even though you're in melee. And then after you perform the attacks, the defenders are going to gain 2 suppression. So after you attack once, that one's going to gain 2 suppression, and then your melee or your whatever you didn't just attack with is also going to gain 2 suppression. So it's a good way of also dealing out a lot of suppression as well and getting him in. So I think that he would do great with burst of speed, because then you'd be able to, when you need to, when they're hopefully not expecting it, be able to get him in there and use the relentless. But when we're looking at his 2-pip, double the fall, it's kind of hard to choose. So I wouldn't know. I think you would want to maybe use this one after your 1-pip, because maybe then you've sliced and diced your melee person and the other guy has 2 suppression on him, maybe at the end of the turn. And so now you've laid this one down. That person has an order token, and maybe hopefully someone nearby at range 1 to 2 has an order token. You can just basically take your token on Dooku and put it back into the order pool to take those 2 units at range 1 to 2 to put them back in their order pool. So I'll just read it. So at the activation phase, okay, if Count Dooku has a phase up order token, he can return it to his order pool, choose up to 2 enemy units at range 1 to 2, and return their order tokens to their order pool. So you're kind of leaving him in the open, but with Count Dooku and 1 unit, hopefully you've at least given it to one of the Magna Guards that'll be there, and they'll be able to move and get that person tied up into melee if you need to while you're trying to draw yours. Or at the same time, if we've done it correctly, you're going to have perfect order control that even though you put his token back into the order pool, you're going to be able to draw it right away. So that is probably the best thing about this card and him with CIS with a lot of droids. So obviously you want that one as well. And then we'll look at his 3-pip. You disappoint me. So when he's issuing an order to a unit, that unit gains a dodge token. And then after Count Dooku performs a ranged attack, so after he uses his Force Lightning at range 1 to 2 against a unit, he can perform a speed 2 move with that unit. So maybe it's almost kind of like, in a way, Vader's 1-pip, where he can do a force move with him, but that's for free. This one, you basically can just kind of attack someone and then force push them away, speed 2, which, if you're trying to get them off of an objective, this is also really good. And then if you were to give it to Count Dooku and 2 units of Magna Guards, you're going to have Dooku have a dodge, both Magna Guards have a dodge, and then with Retinue, they're both going to be able to gain another dodge if you wanted them to. And then, we'll just kind of look and see what kind of build we can go with that as well in the list. And then the other ones that you would go with, it depends on what you're trying to do. Well, so we'll go ahead and build it, and I'll see what we have. So for the command slot right here, I would just go with Vigilance, because the amount of dodges that we're going to try to get on him are insane, since he is our leader and we want to make sure that he survives the entire time. He's going to be the focus of this entire list. So there's a few great upgrade cards that you can put on him. First and foremost, Force Push, definite. Secondly, Force Choke. So he doesn't have Relentless, which to me kind of sucks, but at the same time, I'm not every, Force wielder has Relentless or Charge or everything like that. So Force Choke with Master of the Force 2, he's going to be able to ready 2 different, Force slots. Force Choke is at least a range 1, up to range 1 attack against, a non-commander or operative. So anything other than that, you can do a wound to, and it's kind of like, a relentless attack in a way, and at least you don't have to have line of sight. The only issue is it's just range 1, and but we'll go with that one. So here's where it gets tricky. There's really 2 other good ones, well, 3 really other good ones that I would use on him. One, Burst of Speed. Obviously, I would use Burst of Speed for his 1 or 2-pip, just in case. And then Force Reflexes is also a good one, just in case you want to keep him alive and use Vigilance to keep at least that one on him. But maybe there's an extra way with how I'm going to build it. You'll be able to hopefully get a dodge token on him first. So if you want more, then go with force reflexes. Force barrier is the other one that I would definitely choose. One reason being is because he's got Master of the Force 2, so he can protect the Magna Guards from at least 2 hits or a crit, while they also guardian him. So you're kind of trying to keep each other alive. And then the good thing is that if you haven't activated yet and it's not spent, someone attacks the Magna Guards, you protect them, then you go, maybe you move and you do a force lightning attack, the ranged 1 to 2 attack, and then you have done force choke if they were that close. When you are able to refresh, you can refresh force barrier again, and then in the same turn you can still use it, but the next turn it's already spent, so you're not going to be able to use it before you activate that turn. But it's a good little way of definitely protecting for 1 round your Magna Guards. So that's a good one. It's just a little expensive. So for our sake and purpose, honestly, I don't know. Let's go with the burst of speed. 1, because it's going to save points, and 2, it's definitely great with his 1 pip and even his 2 pip. Then we definitely want to add the Magna Guards. They're going to have AI dodge or move. So if you don't give them an order, then I think dodge would be perfect. Also with Dooku's, if you're in intimidation, you're not going to be able to give them an order. So they're going to probably wind up dodging or moving, but then they have charge at the same time. Double the fall, you'll be able to at least give one of them an order. And then with You Disappoint Me, you can at least give them both an order, which they'll gain a dodge already. Then they have charge. Like I said, they have Guardian 2, so they're going to be able to stop 2 hits from going through to Dooku. Okay. They're going to be able to gain an aim or a dodge if they're at range 1 to 2 of a friendly commander at the beginning of the activation phase. And then they're unhindered, so you don't have to worry about putting the environmental gear on them. So, oh man, that's awesome. And then range 1 to 2, they've got, a really good attack. They surge to hit, which is way better than the IRG. They've got red defense dice still. They each got 2 health, 2 courage for the whole unit, 2 black for the electro staffs, and then a good amount of upgrades that you can use. So obviously I'm going to go with 2 of these. Now I'm pretty split on what I want to do, but luckily they are the same price. So I would go with, and if you're trying to definitely keep, there's not very many anti-armor. There's not much anti-armor stuff in here. So what I would do is at least 1 Magna Guard. I would put situational awareness and tenacity on. And then if you did another one, what I've been doing for me, at least to do something for anti-armor, is the Magna Guard RPS. I would take off situational awareness or tenacity, whichever one you want, but they're still going to be kind of close because I want them to use retinue and guardian. So yeah, you're welcome to keep situational awareness on them, just in case, but I would probably be taking an aim during my retinue and then go from there. If you wanted to, you could still definitely keep it, but yeah. Now the other one is if you want to definitely protect him and you're definitely still keeping him close while you're still trying to shoot mostly with this one, go with protector then. All right, and then we'll go ahead and get some battle droids. Now let's see. I'm gonna have at least one with HQ uplink for the chain. I definitely want to put one of the PK Worker Series droids on there, and then I wanted to, for one of them, put portable scanner and keep them close to Dooku, and then probably go ahead and keep 3 naked battle droids. That's 9 activations, and I still have 111 points to use. So you can go with Magna Guard. Okay. And you'd be able to kind of load them up again. You could, if you wanted to, go with the Magna Guard again here. It's just up to you. If we were to go with the Electro Whip guy, we'd still be able to do 10 activations, 795. You got a 5-point bid. Kind of do what you want with that one. That's one way of doing it. Another way of maybe doing it is you take one of those off. We'll go ahead and give yourself a sniper strike team. Kind of keep them in the back. They're going to have either AI dodge or move. And then just for a little bit of help and possibly just to kind of take over a little bit more role in maybe staying closer to the Magna Guard. So if we look at the T series, and let me explain. So he's got bolster 2. So you can use an action to choose up to 2 friendly units at range 1 and give them a surge token, which they'll be able to use for defense. Okay. You can give them to someone else. You can give them to, the obviously you can give them to the battle droids if you wanted to. But the main reason why I'm taking him is during the command phase, you can issue an order to a friendly droid trooper at range 1 to 2. Okay, and the bolster, that's the other reason. So he'll be able to order one of these droids who can hopefully daisy chain all the way down. And then just in case, if you do have any issues or he does go trying to bolster, you can use HQ uplink on these guys, or maybe you use this to give them an order, because maybe if you didn't give yourself an order here, you can daisy chain to the droids, or you can keep that one closer to the Magna Guards and then keep the T series somewhere else. The only reason why I'm not putting the PK series droid with the HQ uplink is because you would spend maybe one action moving and then the other action recovering. If I'm going to have a PK series droid and maybe the Magnas really need help, I'm going to want to spend maybe 2 actions moving so I can get close enough just in case I need to be able to heal for free. Okay. Because it's just a free action to repair. Okay. And portable scanners is also an action. So like I said, I don't want to put it on here, and then I don't want to put them on here because those are already taken up mostly. So the portable scanners I'd put on another battle droid and then use the other 3 to just kind of do what you need to with objectives maybe, and use the T series tactical droid to kind of maintain order control over your core, and then maybe leave the, like I said, HQ uplink guy next to the BX strike team or the Magna Guard a little bit differently. If you can't get to them with the tactical droid, you could take that off just in case and maybe give this T series tactical droid a comms relay, save a few points, maybe put a few more points somewhere else, and go from there. This is just an easy way, or an easy list basically, of just trying to keep Dooku as the main head of the force with those Magna Guard that can do so much. Like I said, you can go with 10 activations if you wanted. You could just totally get rid of the sniper and the tactical droids and give yourself a whole nother Magna Guard. They're going to probably go a long way, I promise you. And with the PK series droid helping the Magna Guard, they're doing so much. And so you also have 5 more points. You wouldn't be able to take the force barrier, but you could definitely swap it out for force reflexes, and you still have a bid. It's just kind of up to you. You don't have to have protector on here. You can take that off, but just to keep Dooku completely alive for as much as possible. You can't use Guardian in melee, so that's why maybe just 2 would be fine, or maybe having one Magna Guard Electro Whip and the other one having the RPS. It's just kind of up to you if you want more anti-armor or what. But yeah, this is it. 10 activations. I'll basically leave a link to the 10 and 11 activation count for you guys, just so that you can have a really good, layout just to begin with. And so we don't have, the only commander you're going to have is Dooku. So, I mean, ambush would be good, but you're not going to be able to give it to anybody else. So that's why in the last one, if you were to just take this out, give yourself maybe another commander with the tactical series droid to watch over your guys. And then what I would do is maybe take the HQ uplink away, give this guy the comms relay just in case. Okay. And then you have enough points to still give yourself a strike team. And then since he AI dodges or moves, you can do that. You've still got enough to do, either more comms relay, or you've got enough to put, maybe you wanted hacked comm linked on this one. That's just another way of doing it. I'll leave this list kind of below for you guys. Sorry for that little, go around, but because the other command cards that you'd maybe want to choose, since you don't, again, have any vehicles, is ambush. And then if you needed to, you would be able to direct the battle droids and they can go down, and then use, the comms relay, or sorry, the ambush on the Magna Guard or Dooku, and then only have the Magna Guard or the special forces in your order pool. So that's easy to do. Orbital Strike is, say you wanted to play Orbital Strike, you could basically give the Dooku the order, or you could just give the order to the T-Series droid and comms relay it. So you'd be able to direct. Hopefully it would get all the way down to the strike team, hopefully. And then with the order, you can comms relay it to one of the Magna Guard. Yeah. And then whenever you pull Dooku, if he's not in, too forward, depends on when you want to play this. I'm not going to be able to tell you when to play this because it just depends. So you can go with that one or push. That way it gives it out to multiple people, but I would just go with Orbital Strike. Why not? And then since you already have the other Dooku's 3-pip, Roger would be pretty great, because then you would be able to give it to your 2 Magna Guard. And then you'd be able to give it to the T-Series tactical droid. And I don't know if he'll be able to comms relay to Count Dooku. Like I said, I'm not CIS player, so I don't know if that would work, because you're giving an order to the T-Series droid, but he's just comms relaying it to Dooku. And then he would be able to use direct to go ahead and give everyone else an order. I could be wrong. I don't know. But that's as far as I know what you could do with this. If not, just go with Assault then. And then you'd be able to just give everyone an order. The only issue is that this one's going to be able to give out a dodge or a surge. So you'd be able to give out another dodge to those Magna Guard. So that's why I would go with Roger. And then because you have so many activations, and you've got a lot of good core, I would either go with payload, because that's a lot of bodies that you have to be able to hold next to it. Hostage exchange would be pretty good because of the amount of people that you have. So hostage exchange would be great. Sabotage the moisture evaporators would also be pretty good. And either key positions, maybe intercept the transmissions, but I'd probably go with key positions. And then because of the melee oriented stuff, advanced positions would be pretty good, because what you could do is maybe you wouldn't want disarray too much, but if you had to, you could do, Dooku and the Magna Guard in one of them, and then the T-Series droid who can direct everything and another one. So you could try that if you wanted to. Battle lines would also be okay. The Long March, not that much because of the moving pieces. Major offensive, and then danger close for sure because of the melee orientation. And then conditions, definitely you want limited visibility. Rapid reinforcements depends. Fortified positions, I usually go with supply drop. Because it's, just in case. Clear conditions wouldn't be that bad. Hostile environment also wouldn't be that bad, because you really don't really care about suppression with the droids. So I would go with that one. And yeah. All right, guys. So if you like, go ahead and like and subscribe, and let me know what you think below. If you have any comments, go ahead and leave them down and let me know kind of what I maybe could have missed or what I maybe don't understand about CIS. But yeah, as far as I know, yeah, that you can daisy chain, and I'm right. But yeah. All right, guys, I will catch you guys in the next video, and hopefully you have a great day. Y'all be safe, and may the force be with you.